Hi, this is Kevin Conroy, and you're listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
Hey, it's Mistress Carrie, and you are listening to Studio 2009.
Holy rusted metal, Batman!
Huh?
Your ground, it's all metal, it's full of holes, you know? Holy!
Oh.
There is nothing wrong with your podcast player. Do not attempt to adjust the volume. Hello and welcome back into our studio. You are now inside Studio 2009, only on the Geekcast Radio Network. I am TFG1Mike. Joining me once again, as always, is Steve Megatron. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Good.
That's good. That's good. This is episode 139 of Studio 2009. You're going to hear this before the end of April, folks. We've got Columbo Season 2 coming out daily, but you're going to hear this before the end of April because it is, today we present you with a 30th anniversary film discussion that I didn't plan for us to have until later. And it was going to be actually about the film, which apparently we already did 2 years ago. You might say I've riddled myself into obscurity here, folks, by repeating myself a lot. With this podcast, we've been online for 5.5 years now, something like that. Well, as of June, it'll be 5 full years. But it's one of those things where I thought we did Burton's Batman and Schumacher's Batman back to back because Joel Schumacher, the director of the film that we're talking about this evening, had unfortunately passed away in 2020. And I thought we had done this back then. We did not. We didn't do this until episode 61, which was only 2 years ago. How episode 61 compared to episode 139 was only 2 years ago was crazy to me. But then again, I've been going full tilt on Studio 2009 episodes lately. So there's that. But this episode here, 139, 1939, 9139. It's a Batman thing, folks. And sadly, and this is no joke, on April 1st, 2025, we lost at the age of 65 due to pneumonia, Mr. Val Kilmer. Holy crap. And folks, anytime anything happens on April 1st, no one's going to believe it.
Not initially, anyhow.
Right. Obviously.
That's my stay off the internet day.
Absolutely. Every day. It's like, yep. I had a status I put out there that whole day. I put it as my status update on my Discord. I put it as a status on every piece of... There ain't no fooling this fool. But unfortunately, it was true. The actor who was Val Kilmer did pass away from pneumonia, which at 65, pneumonia getting a lot of people is just crazy. But it's sad but true, because next month in May of this year in 2025, it'll be 10 years since my mom died of bacterial and viral pneumonia in 2015. However, with Mr. Kilmer, the first thing I thought of was I want to go back. Because originally, because this is the 30th anniversary of Batman Forever, we were going to do a 30th anniversary discussion, and I was going to have it aired June 16th, 2025, because June 16th, 1995, I don't even need Wikipedia for this. I know this like the back of my hand. June 16th of 95 was the wide release, the theatrical release of Batman Forever, because Batman Forever it's my favorite. I put the 89 film and Forever, basically they mix and match. Sometimes I like 89, sometimes I like Forever, but usually Forever wins out for me because where I was in 1995, I was 15 years old. I was, hormonal junkie that wanted nothing but Chase Meridian at the time. No, dude, you have no idea. I tracked down that poster. I had that poster. The Chase Meridian poster from this movie. Oh man. As soon as I had that, I'm like, I wish I could get it framed, but tax will do fine for now. But it's one of those things where I just remember everything about this movie. And as soon as they announced and we confirmed that it was not an April Fool's joke that he had passed, I had the Elliot Goldenthal score from La La Land Records on blast in my headphones for the past like I said, folks, you're going to hear this later on in April. You're going to hear this probably somewhere around the 20th or the 30th before the end of the month. So just imagine, folks, for the past 20 or so days, I've had that score on repeat in my head. It's all I can listen to because the music of this movie is just amazing. But Val's performance, we've talked about people who have portrayed Bruce Wayne Batman. We talk about Kevin Conroy, also. May the man rest in peace. So he is resting in peace, hopefully. Hey, Val and Kevin. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. They can compare bat notes. Anyway, but it's one of those things where the music brings me closer to the characters of whatever it is, and just having that music on repeat and sitting down to watch this again. The goal here, and this is probably going to be a short episode, folks. The goal here for me, because we just watched this 2 years ago for the Schumacher's Batman episode, which will be in the show notes if you haven't listened to it, episode 61 of this podcast, folks. I wanted to specifically pay attention to everything Val did in and out of costume. And damn, that man could act. He was a perfect Bruce Wayne. His Batman probably could have used a little work, but for what he had to work with, I think he pulled it off.
Yeah, life was not kind to him.
Unfortunately not.
I feel like we would have got a bunch of other great films from him.
Yeah.
Had his, throat cancer not been as severe as it was. And I've seen other movies with him in it. I've not seen like him in Top Gun. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces.
Not yet. You haven't. That's going to be next, folks. Not next episode, but we're doing that this year.
And I know he was in Top Gun Maverick, which was a nice send off and thing that Tom Cruise did for him.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm glad that he was in that, and that's the last movie he was in 2 years ago.
Yep.
Speaking of the bat cowl, I saw there's a guy I know I don't know him personally, but I follow him, and he makes replica bat costumes of like the 89 film, Returns, Forever, Batman and Robin, and he's made various other bat costumes and molds, and he sells them, and mostly studios buy them as replicas and stuff. Well, somebody approached him years ago and had requested, like, because he had the molds or something to the Batman Forever suit.
Right.
And they were like, do you have, could you make a Batman Forever suit? And he goes, yeah, I can do that. I have the mold. And he's like, what size, because it's sized for Val Kilmer. Mm-hmm. And they're like, that's perfect. This is for Val Kilmer.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And he was like, oh, no way. And so like he got it into production, he got it put together, and then they sent it to Val, and he was able to rewear his, a replica of his costume based on his original mold.
Yeah. That is so awesome.
The guy was like, so while I didn't physically get to meet Val Kilmer, my work did.
Yes, absolutely. That's amazing. Yeah, his debut film was something called Top Secret in 1984. He was in Real Genius in 85, and I'm not going to go through all this because people can go to Wikipedia and look at this themselves. Tombstone in 93 is a big one. Obviously, Batman Forever, Heat. Another one that I noticed him in, another one that I love, and another one hopefully I'll do with somebody else on here, a Val Kilmer tribute with, is 1999's At First Sight, where he played Virgil Adamson, who was a guy who was blind. In that, Kelly McGillis stars as his sister, which technically that's a Top Gun reunion because she was the instructor she was another Top Gun actor from 86. So that was kind of cool.
And it's funny because Kilmer also was in the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah, he was.
As Blunt Man, but that was where they used part of the bat costume.
Of course.
Yeah. So
I did not know he was in the Pixar Planes animated movie as Bravo. I haven't seen the Planes movie. Whatever. But no, I did not know. I saw this movie. I did not know he was in it. I completely forgot he was in it. He's in Deja Vu from 2006 with Denzel. He plays Agent Paul Priswara.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was a good film.
Yeah, that was we're definitely watching that because it's a good film, not just because it was Val is in it, but I love that movie. But no, I mean, just looking at when I watched Batman Forever today, I looked at how he approached Bruce Wayne and Batman, and the way he approached Batman was interesting because when he's in the suit, depending on when he's in the suit with Alfred, he's kind of childish. Like that exchange. You should take a sandwich with you, sir. I'll get drive-through. That's kind of childish. That's kind of telling your parents, I'm going to eat fast food more than take a turkey sandwich to work, kind of thing. When he's with Robin, when he's with Chris O'Donnell, when he's with Dick Grayson, he's kind of more of the parent in the whole. Even though most of the argument happens once he's out of the suit in the cave, you could have got yourself killed, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to be my partner, blah, blah, blah. But he's very adult. He's very parent to child kind of thing. When he's acting with Chase, obviously it's a romance thing. When he's acting against the villains or the other criminal numbskulls, obviously he's Batman, and the resourcefulness of Batman, he puts that on full display, and he makes it comical, but he makes it useful. The opening scene with the guard in the vault. Excuse me, I need to borrow this. Plop! Pulls the guy's hearing aid out of his ear. That technically is an Adam West move. That's something Adam West would do, but the way Val did it was sort of an homage to Adam West, but it's also a smart Batman thing of using your surroundings at the same, you know what I mean? And maybe that was written in the script. Maybe he was told to do that. But again, just the way he portrayed it made it look to me like he's a competent Batman. He knows what the hell he's doing. He makes this shit look good because that's what he's there to do. And then his Bruce is on a whole different level. You have Michael Keaton's Bruce, and Michael Keaton's Bruce kind of went there a little bit, but Val Kilmer's Bruce Wayne goes down the rabbit hole of his parents' death. I think Batman Forever is the first film, might be the only film in live. I don't want to speak too soon because we are going to get to the Dark Knight trilogy later this year too, folks. Considering Batman Begins is 20 years old this year. But at the time, Forever was the first film that really delved deep into the psychosis or the psychology of Bruce Wayne dealing with his parents' death. And him telling Dr. Chase Meridian, I'm in my father's office, or I'm in my father's library. I see this book on his desk, and then I'm running. I'm into this, I'm into that, and I fall into this giant hole, and I see this giant bat, and all of a sudden everything came to me. And the point is, when I watched this movie this time around, yeah, I had fun with all the fun moments with the Riddler and Two-Face and all that. I had fun seeing the Batmobile. I love the Forever Batmobile. I absolutely do. But I really got an appreciation, even more now than I had before, for the way that Val portrayed Bruce and Batman.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely one of the better Batmen. Just overall, I didn't like Christian Bale's Batman, but I liked it more than George Clooney's. But that's not saying much. Like, I hated the fact that I don't wear hockey pads.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Yeah.
I hated that aspect, but I also hated I think his Bruce Wayne was pretty good. His Batman was kind of mediocre. Yeah, like, he definitely had that playboy, like, stuck up, like, rich boy thing going on. You know, especially when he's like, oh, the hotel? Oh, I bought it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, whereas this, it's more of...
And then you get the Ben Affleck Batman, and it's like, I felt like his Bruce was good, because he kind of looks like the Batman the Animated Series Batman.
Yeah, a little bit.
He looks like the animated version, and then his regular costume Batman was more of the Dark Knight Returns style. But for a progression from Keaton, I feel like Kilmer did a pretty good job with what he was given.
Yeah.
Because they were going for more of a lighthearted Batman over the Tim Burton dark stuff that was going on. I mean, you got some CG of, Wayne Towers. You got him trying to relate.
Yep.
Him firing Enigma.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you go, I don't remember how much of... Okay, in Batman Returns, I know we have a lot of Bruce at Wayne Enterprises or whatever kind of thing, because Max Schreck and whatever else. But in Batman, I don't remember how much Bruce is at the company, dealing with the company stuff itself. Here, specifically because Nigma comes from Wayne Enterprises, he works for Bruce Wayne. And then you got Ed Begley Jr. as Stickley, as Nigma's immediate boss kind of thing. So I like... That's why I like this. This movie is more, I want to say, and I'm probably wrong on the percentages of this, folks, but I want to say this movie is 80-20. It's 80% Bruce Wayne, 20% Batman. And I'm not saying that as a negative. I'm saying that because that's kind of what it is. I mean, Batman is there. He's in a lot of the scenes. There are a lot of fight scenes, but most of this is a psychological look at Bruce Wayne. It's almost like I know why they called the doctor at the end. I know why they called him Dr. Burton, obviously. I was half hoping they would call him Dr. Strange, because this really feels like the strange secret of Bruce Wayne.
Now the helmet scene, I find it funny that Bruce would even entertain it, but like Kilmer plays him very like straight-laced and like willing to give it a shot, and he's got that kind of serious look on his face, and he's kind of evaluating things. I just loved how like serious Val played the role, despite aspects where he's kind of messing with the duality of Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, you got two actors in this movie who are playing dual roles. Well, technically three, but But between Bruce and Edward, you got Bruce and Batman, Edward and the Riddler, because Edward needs his day face, which is Edward, and then obviously his more crazy face, which is the Riddler, which he eventually embraces full time. Obviously afterwards, but the whole
I wonder how this would have played out had the Riddler been with Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah. That
could you imagine the difference in performance from the Riddler's character?
Yes,
with Robin Williams, because I mean, Robin Williams. Not that Jim Carrey can't play serious, but you would have gotten a different tone of the manic part or of the seriousness with the Riddler, and it would have played differently and made it a little bit darker, I feel, with Bruce. I think it's funny though too, where like Bruce is in Wayne Enterprises and he goes through the tunnel and gets briefed on, you know, the stuff from Alfred, stops in the pod, comes out, and he's in like a mini Batcave in Wayne Enterprises, or not Wayne Enterprises, but like, you know, the Batcave.
That's a tunnel system he probably has over the entire city. Wherever he needs to go, that office thing from office to home, that went to the actual Batcave. That's not a mini Batcave.
That's what I wondered. Like, I mean, it took me a minute to notice because I'm like, oh, Alfred would not be in a, siloed.
No. That was from office to home, from home to office. That's a 200 mile per hour. Like, wow. Talk about not needing traffic lights. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, I love that scene. The way you have Kilmer and Carey playing off of each other as the two business sides of their personalities. Like, you know, Nigma has to one-up him. Oh, you wish you looked this good in this suit, or this, that, and the other thing. It just is so... It's so fun, and it's so interesting, and absolutely just, it's so great. And Kilmer just, out of all the Bruce Waynes that have been in live action, they're interchangeable for me, but I'll say Keaton's 1 and Kilmer's 2. But they're really interchangeable for me. Everybody else that's played Bruce Wayne in live action, whatever. Obviously, Clooney's last on the list, but like literally those two, they're the only two I think of when I think of Bruce Wayne in live action when it comes to film. Specifically, I'm not talking about TV because that's a whole other separate thing. And I'm only specifically talking about live action because there is only really one animated Batman Bruce Wayne. The other thing I noticed about this a little bit is he kind of slightly, not all the way, but he kind of slightly does voice change. A little bit. When he's talking as Bruce to Nigma, it's a Bruce Wayne, like, general voice thing. But when he's talking to Alfred, or when he's talking to Harvey, but he's not in the suit, but he wants to convey the Batman he changes it a little bit. It's a very subtle that I noticed it. So,
well, he went more serious and less, you know.
Well, yeah, but yeah, and that's the thing about this movie is that you needed a serious Bruce Wayne to fight the comedy that is the rest of the movie, including, you know, Mr. Ventura in a question mark costume. But yeah, no, he led a great life as far as I know. Unfortunately, the pneumonia thing sucks because nobody should be dying of pneumonia. And then the throat cancer thing just sucks. I wish he could have beaten that. I really do. That would have been awesome if he could have beaten that. And originally, he was reluctant to even seek medical treatment for it because of his Christian Science beliefs. he did ultimately go for chemotherapy and 2 tracheotomies. Holy crap. And he did beat it. He did beat the cancer. In 2020, he reported that he'd been cancer-free for 4 years. But he just, man, he was an actor who brought a lot of joy to a lot of people in various ways, in various roles. And even though in this episode of the podcast we are focusing on Bruce Wayne Batman, I do have plans for Steve and I, as well as other people and myself, to discover and discuss other films that Val did over the rest of this year. Like I said, I don't know exactly when, because I have to look at the schedule, and I'm not looking at the schedule right now. I know Steve and I are going to do a Top Gun double feature where we talk about the 2 Top Gun movies. So we will be doing that. If somebody wants to do Tombstone with me, we can do that. I don't have a problem with that. I like Tombstone.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Okay, well, if you want to do it, that's fine. I'm not saying I don't want to just...
I know that.
I don't want to just... I mean, after 15, 16 years of friendship, I know usually we volunteer each other for shit, but I don't want to just do it on air. So yeah, and since you did already say that you loved Deja Vu, I know at least we can do that. But like, I don't even I forgot he was in that. Like, I like that movie for other I like that movie because
he was the one telling Denzel, I don't think this is a great idea.
That's right.
And Denzel's like, no. And he was the guy running the whole program. And he's like, no, I'm telling you, this is not. And he's like, I don't care. I gotta do,
I gotta, I gotta do. Okay, I got it. Very cool, very cool. Folks, if you are somehow living under a rock and you've never seen Batman Forever, first of all, go have some fun and watch Batman Forever. Second of all, look at it in the lens of a character study of Bruce Wayne Batman. If you're a Batman fan and you somehow have missed this gem, look at it as a Bruce Wayne Batman character study and look at how Val Kilmer portrayed the character. And let us know what you think, because holy crap, it is amazing. I think we're going to go to a quick ad break. You can hear a couple of podcast ads. We're going to come back to close the show right after this.
Al, hang this next to the bat suit, where it belongs.
And you are encouraging him.
Young men with a mind for revenge need little encouragement. They need guidance. You, above all, should know the consequences of the life you choose.
Even Chase calls being Batman a curse.
Perhaps the lady is just what the doctor ordered. She seems lovely and wise.
Never been in love before, Alfred.
Go to her. Tell her how you feel.
She wants Batman, not Bruce Wayne.
Let the lady decide.
Ah, brave new world that has such putzes in it. You know, kids, a lot has changed while your old Uncle Joker's been away. New Gotham, new rules, even a new Batman.
It isn't 65 years in the future, but Legends of the Dark Knight has gone beyond. Batman beyond, that is.
Ah, the new boy. Ears are too long and I miss the cape, but not too shabby. Not too shabby at all.
Join Steve and Mike as they delve into the remaining episodes of the podcast, where they'll cover Batman Beyond, products, games, and more. Check it out only on GeekCastRadio.com. Hello, geeks and geekettes! Looking for a podcast that covers a vast array of topics? Then check out Altered Geek Unleashed, where we discuss our thoughts on this week's geeky news, tech, gaming, television shows, movies, cartoons, comics, and more. So, get altered, get geeky with the Altered Geeks, every Friday on the GeekCast Radio Network.
Are you missing entertainment in your life? Welcome to Captain Ruggles Gaming. Whether it's guides, roleplay content, or our shenanigans with our collaborations with the 20 years standing strong Fart Clan, also known as Fast Action Response Team, or the Wrecking Crew, we have something for everyone. So join us when we traverse the cosmos of space games, survive the undead in zombie games, or just having fun in first-person shooters or random indie games. Visit us now at geekcastradio.com and youtube.com/@Captain Ruggles, or Google search Captain Ruggles Gaming. It's game time, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Hey, welcome to the Last Comic Shop Podcast, a comic book podcast that actually talks about comics.
Yep, each week we open the shop up and read and discuss a comic.
Sometimes we pair that up with comic book movies or TV shows.
Or not. Lots of times it's just comic books and sound effects.
Oh, yes, definitely lots of sound effects. So tune in on all the major podcasting platforms for the Last Comic Shop Podcast, or check out our library of evergreen shows at www.lastcomicshoppodcast.com.
Hi there, Boss fans. My name is Jesse Jackson, and I'm the host of Set Listing Bruce, a Bruce Springsteen fan podcast. For the past decade, my guests and I have shared heartfelt conversations, unforgettable fan stories, and deep dives into the lyrics that have shaped our lives. From the passionate debates over sways and waves, deciding on if Mary gets in the car or not, to deep dives from greetings to letter to you. We've covered it all because Springsteen isn't just music. He is a great companion on this part of the ride. So grab your suitcase and your ticket, put on your favorite Springsteen t-shirt, and join me for our 10th anniversary year. Set Listing Bruce, 10 years strong and still making our way to the land of hope and dreams.
On the Simplistic Reviews podcast, we talk movies. We talk TV. We talk...
Hello, Julie, what the heck are you doing?
Trying to make our spots sound more exciting by adding explosions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could have got the point across with sound effects, not the real thing.
Download the show on iTunes or at simplisticreviews.blogspot.com.
I'm sure your insurance company will cover that.
No, they won't.
No, they probably won't.
All right, folks, we are back here inside Studio 2009, tribute to Val Kilmer as Bruce Wayne Batman in Batman Forever, 30th anniversary of that film this year. Absolutely love that movie. Love Val's performance as Bruce Wayne Batman. Any final thoughts from you, sir? Anything you'd like to say before I run through the closing? Any promotions you want to do? Anything?
No, just... looking forward to some stuff coming up later this year on Geekcast Radio now that my schedule's freeing up.
Yay, freeing schedules. Yay. Yeah, Val, you will be missed. Thank you for everything you gave to us. Thank you for everything you did. And, yeah. So, folks, apparently I'm a moron. You know, this is what it is. Because next week or next time will be the Top Gun episodes for the Top Gun episode for the double feature. So there's that. Thank you for joining us here inside Studio 2009. If you'd like to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show, there are several ways to do so. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can listen to and comment on all of our content. You can also buy our stuff at shop.geekcastradio.com. T-shirts up to 4XL. Do we have mouse pads in there yet? If not, get on that. Gamer pads, mugs, other things. So go buy our stuff. You can send an email to where now? Because that's changed. I need to change.
No, it's the same email address. It's just how it's logged in is different.
Oh, okay, good. So send an email to feedback@geekcastradio.com. I got confused. You can check us out on all the podcatching clients you choose to use. You can follow us on Twitter. Yes, we still call it Twitter because we're old, we're stubborn. Get off our lawn, Elon. At Geekcast Radio for the network, at It's Studio 2009 for the podcast. I am at TFG1Mike. What is your Twitter?
At SCP21.
All right. Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geekcast Radio Network. You can also check out Studio 2009 podcast over there as well. Join us next time when Steve and I will be discussing Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, as we will be remembering Iceman. So with this one, folks, we are going to be looking at both films specifically because Steve has never really seen Top Gun and I have yet to see Top Gun Maverick. It's going to be your normal Studio 2009 film review episode. It's not going to be what this was, which was a specific looking at a role that Val Kilmer portrayed, but we will be highlighting his performances as Iceman throughout that episode. So yeah, join us next time for that. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
Steve Megatron.
You'll hear us back in the studio soon.
I see without seeing. To me, darkness is as clear as daylight. What am I?
Please! You're as blind as a bat!
Exactly.